Happy Monday, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another episode of Game On, a sports podcast for everyone. While it is another episode, it is not your normal episode. We have obviously decided to change things up. Coming on with me today, we have the wonderful DannyMiami is in the house.
What up, y'all?
Danny is here bright and early. And also we have some new blood, I guess you can say. I don't want to say that because, well, whatever. She'll live. We welcome onto the show our first female talent, or lack thereof. We'll find out. Brooke, welcome to the show. You are now officially part of Game On. This is your initiation. Hope you enjoy yourself. How are you this fine morning?
I am just, living the dream. Welcome all the hazing that I guess this will bring. I guess just invest in a couple more bulletproof vests. Drinking coffee, living my Sunday, listening to YouTube bicker like an old married couple.
That's what we do. And ladies and gentlemen, I just want to point out that it took about 20 minutes to get her situated onto the Zoom call because she is probably the oldest young person you have ever met in your life. So technology over the head. It's okay. We love her anyway.
That's what all the bickering was about, by the way. You're like, you shouldn't have invited her. I told you not to invite her. Yes, you should have invited her.
I mean, and a bit of a background. So we kind of ambushed Brooke. We wanted a female piece to the new show and the new format, and kind of ambushed her at the Evil Check. Shout out to the Evil Check. Where we kind of cornered her and was like, you're coming on the show, like it or not.
Yeah, Donnie went there to recruit. I went there to drink beer and eat wings.
50 fucking wings all to yourself. And a pretzel. And
I got tipsy too, man.
And off your girlfriend's plate. I've never seen anyone be so skinny, eat like that. I wish I had that metabolism. But anyway, Brooke, give us a bit of background on you so the people know who you are. We don't care that you're a Cubs fan. Leave that part out. But as far as sports are concerned, give us a bit of background.
Okay. I grew up not liking sports literally at all. I was extremely opposed to watching anything that had anything to do with sports. And then I guess over the course of,
welcome aboard.
Hey, I mean, over the course of my 20s, I started getting interested in random things that took me on a path to getting interested in other random things. So I started getting interested in baseball, started watching some games, became a Cubs fan. That's how I now bleed blue. I also like NASCAR, little known fact.
What? NASCAR?
Yeah.
I bet you she can do the show better than Dave.
Joey Logano is my driver, just in case you were curious.
Of course.
Football, little by little, I'm going through Danny's class of football teachings.
It's like 3 lessons.
Yeah, I know. I was like, I thought we were just talking about football. Apparently there were classes. Wait, Brooke, I
took notes.
Really? Okay.
Yeah.
I totally forgot that I had taught you football.
Yeah. Well, I guess it wasn't as memorable for you as it was for me.
She said.
And UFC, also through Danny.
UFC is not a sport. UFC is not a sport. UFC is an organization. Okay. It's like saying I want to play NBA. No, you play basketball. You don't play
anyways.
Play basketball.
I guess I learned
MMA.
to enjoy the art of MMA through Danny.
There you go. Careful.
Enjoy the art of martial.
But yeah,
So funny, I wasn't there. I was supposed to be there. Brooke went to her first Cubs game. And it was your first, correct?
My first, yeah. I had gone to like
rain?
South End Cubs, but it wasn't just raining. It was freezing rain.
I was
27 degrees.
Yeah, I was supposed to be there. It was like one of the first games of the season. So like a bitch, I backed out. I was like, it's pouring rain. See ya. I paid for a ticket. I actually set everything up through our company. So that was fun. But
You missed out.
I did. I missed out on a potential wedding, actually.
Yeah.
Brooke went to a bar / seafood restaurant, I guess you could say, in
Oh,
Chicago.
no.
Okay, go
That
ahead.
was the last stop on our little adventure train, if you will. So we were at the game, left the game, went to Cubby Bear, got absolutely schmammered. Friends kept just, buying drinks. I got locked in a stall. We ended up leaving, going to bar number 2. I fell in love with the bartender. Things happen. I proposed to said bartender. He said yes. And then we had to leave.
2 years
And
later,
then we went to
nothing.
the seafood place.
Nah, 2 years later and nothing.
Wait a minute.
Still no wedding.
Brooke, you're engaged?
Yeah, I know.
Holy
I have
shit.
a long distance fiance in Chicago.
That's beautiful, man. I'm
who
so
also
happy.
happens to have a girlfriend.
Danny, he doesn't know.
Oh, I mean, he was there. He said yes, and I mean, he's the bartender.
Yeah, I have a picture with him actually.
Oh, that just seals the deal.
No, that makes it
Him
official.
and Dustin started, planning out the wedding. We said I love you. It was a whole fast-paced romance, really.
They called my wife, who's the event planner. They were gonna get things going. Didn't happen.
There was even rings exchanged. We told his coworker we would name our firstborn child after him.
The rings that go around the silverware, the paper rings.
No, actually, it was a ring that I just wear day to day. I just took it off.
Sweet.
Happened.
It was disposable.
I'm always prepared for a proposal.
I mean, speaking of baseball, obviously baseball started again post-corona, I guess you can say, quotation air marks, because there is no such thing as post-corona, apparently. But baseball did start again on Thursday. Kind of eerie watching it with no fans, and then you watch it on Fox and they like engineer fake fans in the stands, which is even weirder.
I mean, baseball without fans is baseball.
I mean, I get it. I'm an old time guy. I mean,
baseball without fans in the stands is baseball. There was no difference.
I mean, it's still the game that we've all grown up with. We all love. We all enjoy watching. But I think I watched a game on Fox, and then I watched like the Mets yesterday, and I watched a couple games, and it's different. Like obviously they have cardboard cutouts at some stadiums, which it doesn't add to the ambiance. It's just cardboard cutouts. Like the players aren't fooled. Like, and then, we're watching the game and you hear these fake crowd noises. And apparently the crowd noises from the baseball game on PS4 called MLB The Show. So it's just fake crowd noise pumped in. And what's even funnier is during the games, like, they'll even play like music, like at bat music and like let's go Mets. Like there's nobody there.
Jeez.
Why are you wasting money? What is the purpose of this? There's nobody there. I mean, hey,
it could just be hyping the players up. You never know. They probably play better with at least a little something.
Well, true. I mean, we are creatures of habit. When you go out there, you like to hear your up to bat music or whatever.
Yeah, and baseball is one of the most superstitious games, like for players that they're in.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, no, I get that.
Oh, by the way, last night, if for those of you who actually watch MMA, Darren Till did not come out with any music at all. He said that "Sweet Caroline," that's the song he plays every time he comes out, straight up. And he gets a reaction from the crowd where it's like ba ba ba. He said he didn't play that when coming out because since there was no fans there, that song is for the fans. And if there's no fans there, then he's like, "Fuck it, I ain't running it." So he came out to this just the silence of the room, which was interesting. Everybody's doing it a little different.
That's fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I was a little disappointed that baseball is on I think they said a 5-second delay on the taping, so they can beep out bad language. Here's the deal. Baseball in the rate. So in the last couple of years, obviously baseball has taken a dip in ratings, which is why all the rule changes and trying to speed up the game. And, it's not a young person's game anymore, or so they say. I still think it is. It just depends. But why? And I guess I'll get your two's take on it. But my take is, why? What is the difference? Why beep out bad language let's face it, we're American. That's what gets ratings, right? It's apparent. I mean, especially in sports. I mean, when there's a bench clearing brawl in baseball, millions of views on YouTube when it's, recycled and put on highlight reels and all that. People like to hear that stuff. I don't understand. And, you always have that one Karen or whatever that goes, oh, well, it's, the kids that are watching. Listen, it's nothing that they're not saying on Fortnite at fucking 2 a.m. in the morning when they're playing the game. So what's the difference if they hear it during a baseball game? I don't understand. And it's the same thing with hockey that they're doing starting next week. They're like on a 5-second delay, and hockey players are just, their mouths are ridiculous. So I'm kind of upset at the fact that they're doing that, but that's just me.
You're asking the wrong crowd, man. I agree with you 100%. So I'm not ever gonna have the answer as to why, bro. I always was like, bro, listen, we grew up on South Park. Like, what's the worst that could happen here? Like, so that's another thing is like, how did a generation that grew up on South Park and Family Guy become so easily offended all of a sudden?
It doesn't make sense. Brooke, what do you think?
I don't think it's our generation that's necessarily doing it. I think it's like our parents' generation. And we're also in a culture where they want to, I guess, offend people the least amount necessary. So I guess playing like devil's advocate, they want to remove as much of the extra stuff that people are paying attention to and that they can get pissed off about, to make it, I guess, just more about the game. And with that being said, if there is an off the bench like fight, they'll get more views. If that goes on YouTube, that just becomes even more popular, just because it's like less likely to be seen on the actual game, or on TV, I should say.
Yeah, well,
I don't think it's us. If it was up to like Gen Z, millennials, whatever, I don't think necessarily as many people would care, because it's what we're used to. But at the same time, if you kept going on what you're used to, then you would never see what's ahead. Not to get philosophical.
I think
it's too early for that shit, bro.
I think oh, never for me, man. I think, there's obviously a limit to it. Like I think a baseball player going fuck when he strikes out, not a big deal. But I think if you have commentators that are coming out going, oh, here he comes up to fucking bat, that I think if it's in your face for no fucking reason, I think that's when it's a little bit out of there. But I mean, hearing a player or two here and there just like say some shit like hell yeah, fuck yeah, eat shit or something. I don't know. Get fucked. He's still second base when he slides in there. Get fucked. I don't mind that. I think. Matter of fact, I'm watching like here. Same thing with going back to MMA, bro. I'm like Joe Rogan, bro. I'm just gonna sneak jiu-jitsu and MMA into every conversation. But here we are watching guys, literally split their faces open, and then when they say shit, it gets censored. It's like, bro, this is we're watching organized violence, and you can't hear the word shit. Come on.
Like, what do you think? What do you think they're going to say when they get punched in the face? Gee willikers, man.
No, I mean,
what do you think is going to happen?
Yeah, or when they knock the guy out, they're like, yeah, fuck yeah, and all you hear is yeah, silence, because they censor the whole fucking thing. So it's a little weird to see people knocking each other out and sanctioned organized violence, and you have these people just being censored. Like, oh, they can kill each other, but they can't say fuck in the process. All right, good job. Good job. But however, baseball is a more family, like it's during the family hours of a weekend. You got baseball games at noon, at 3:00, it's during the day, family day. I guess that's really what they're protecting, is the family audience.
It's literally like the exact quintessential like American thing, like apple pie.
It's America's pastime.
Apple pie.
Yeah.
I can't.
So they got to make it.
American
hey,
pie.
Okay. Tell me I'm lying.
No, I agree. 100%.
No, we're with you.
Yeah.
I'm just laughing at the pie from American Pie.
No, but I mean,
that just makes it even more American.
It does. But yeah, I mean, it's been fun to watch it back regardless. I mean, we've been talking, Danny and myself and, everybody since we started this podcast of, oh man, there's no sports. Now everything's back pretty much. You got the NBA starting on Friday, NHL starting on Saturday. Baseball is already back. Soccer's been back. Danny's been the only one that's been kind of excited because I mean he has MMA since this started. I mean they were lucky. They
went out for like 3 weeks. That was it. They've been on the whole time.
They were lucky enough to be able to. I mean it's not something where you need all those fans. I mean, yeah, I mean, it brings the excitement. Like, I get that, but it's 1v1 in a ring.
Correct.
So it can be kind of, same with wrestling. It can be kind of, how do you say? It's easily done.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah. So it was nice to see. I mean, there was some great moments already. You have Anthony Rizzo of the Cubs handing out hand sanitizer at first base to everybody that gets on base. That's kind of funny. Yesterday's game was kind of hilarious. I was watching the Mets and the Braves, and Adam Duvall hit a home run, and it hit a cardboard cutout of a dog, who happens to be so Jeff McNeil plays for the Mets, and it was his dog that it hit. So
wait, the cardboard
cutout of his dog. Yes.
Wait, what?
Yeah, exactly. Weird times. Thanks, Corona. So later in the game, they were discussing the home run, and one of the announcers for the Braves, I don't know his name, I hate the Braves, but he goes, well, Jeff McNeil hit us all year last year, so at least we could do is hit his dog. And then he goes, just kidding. And I'm like, dude,
you don't mess around with dogs.
That's kind of gross.
Take it back.
And it was actually a weird circumstance, because so apparently, and I don't know if this is true league wide, but so the Braves, I was watching it because I have illegal TV. So I was watching it. I happened to get the Braves broadcast. They weren't at the stadium in New York. They were broadcasting from Atlanta. So they were watching it just like I was. So that makes it kind of difficult. And I'm curious. I don't know if that's done league wide. Like the away team announcers aren't at the games. They're doing it via, remotely, I guess you could say. Yeah, that's kind of weird. I don't know how that affects things as far as broadcasts. I mean, it didn't really affect much yesterday. I mean, it sounded just like they were fine, but like you're not getting the sight lines as you are as an announcer that's in the stadium. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I'm curious how that goes. And you also have the Mets hitting coach, Chili Davis. He's doing everything from his house. Because apparently he has health issues, and he doesn't want to get caught up in that. So he's teaching players via Zoom calls.
Okay. Hey,
I mean, that's kind of crazy. I've never, and again, it's a new age. This is what's going to happen. God, when this happened, I wish I bought stock in Zoom, because literally it's just blown up. It's been crazy. So, I mean, a lot of fun stuff happening in baseball, and a lot of weird things. I mean, we had our first walk-off grand slam on Friday. That was a lot of fun to watch between Oakland and Anaheim, I believe. That was a lot of fun to watch too. I mean, celebratory, things aside. I mean, you can't really celebrate. I think they are talking about fining Yoenis Cespedes of the Mets for his handshakes in the dugout after he hit a home run on Friday. Yeah.
You can't wait a minute. No.
I swear I read that. And because they're finding people for spitting, bro.
No way.
You can't spit. You can't spit sunflower seeds, any bodily fluids, no long celebrations. No, you can, it's.
Who's going to want to watch sports at this rate?
And that's the thing. I mean, if you're in this bubble and you're getting tested on a daily basis, what's the problem?
I agree.
If you're following rules and following directions, what's the fucking problem?
The image, man. It's all it is.
Yeah, but come on, you're taking away what's great about what's going on. Like, I understand. I'm not 100%. being selfish. I'm happy that it's back. We're getting sports back. I don't really care how it comes back as long as it does. But like, once you start regulating regulations, like now, like, and even the players said spitting is like second nature to us. I mean, I've played sports. I spit all the time.
Yeah.
It just happens.
I just spit right now.
Gross. Thanks.
I mean,
thanks. In my basement. Awesome. It's like a real dugout down here. It's just interesting, man. And all these sports coming back with bubbles. You look at the NBA, you look at MLS soccer, and their tournament. They're both out in Disney. It's just interesting. Like I was reading stories of of the NBA so far, and you have people that are breaking the bubble all the time because apparently these guys can't sit still.
Yeah.
Like, dude, you're making millions and millions of dollars. Sit the fuck down and just do what you're paid to do. Like, stop. Like, just do your thing, man. And I don't know. That's that right now for baseball. I mean, obviously the season just started, so we don't have that much to go off of. You know, we'll have some Who's on First action on YouTube, and we'll go over some of the stuff that's going on more deeply, obviously.
The guy that we had on the show, by the way, Alex Caceres, he was telling us about how at the fights that they do at the UFC, how backstage they tell him, hey, when you go out there, like, by the way, Alex is hugging his corners. He's wrestling with them in the back locker rooms. They're pretty much breathing on each other's face. But when they actually go to walk out and the cameras are on them, they're told they can't do handshakes or fist bumps or anything. They have to just keep it, you know, as distant as possible. But it's
Perception.
Like, yeah, exactly. That's why I earlier had said, you know, it's all about the image, because it's like, well, you know, they probably spit. What do you think happens when the cameras stop rolling and they're going into the locker room? They're all spitting. They're all sweating on top of each other. They're all, you know, handling each other's laundry. What the fuck, you know? It's just all image, man. It's all to say, hey, look, we're being as safe as possible. Same thing with entering a building, right? Like, how many times do you hear, like, at University of Notre Dame, oh, to enter the building, you must have a mask on. It's like, well, what about once I'm inside out? Nobody gives a fuck at that point. Corona's fake. But I mean, that's how they treat it. As long as you walk in with a mask, you can literally, I've done this everywhere I've gone that they require a mask for entry. I've walked in, taken it off, and nobody said shit. Only for walking in have I gotten scolded at. I don't know what your experience has been, Brooke, but it's kind of like that. Like, it's all about appearances and images.
She walked into the restaurant last Saturday with nothing.
No, I was wearing a mask. I just took it off as soon as I got inside.
Exactly.
Yeah. Okay. So there you go.
But 9 out of the 10 people that I saw walking in and out didn't have masks on at all, even when they walked in. There was no one going, hey, like, you need to wear a mask, or like, you can't come in, or anything like that. It was literally just carte blanche, whatever you want.
Starting July 27th here, you don't wear a mask, you get a misdemeanor.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Is that how
Up here, if you don't wear a mask, you can be fined up to like $500.
Yeah, well, see, Brooke is in Michigan, so yeah, that's what's happening here. They're going to, starting July 27th, Governor Holcomb had announced that, so Indiana residents, if you're listening and you haven't heard this, misdemeanor if you do not wear a mask in general public. So
the 27th is tomorrow.
There you go. Starting tomorrow, buddy.
Well, sorry. It's today when you're listening to this episode.
Yeah, it is. We are recording this on a Sunday. We do have jobs. But yeah, no. Yeah, starting
today. If you're listening
you're listening, yeah, it's already in effect. So
yeah, ours has been going on for, I think I don't know, it's been a while now. It's just basically like, it's normal. Everyone just has emergency masks. I literally have one. There's one in like every vehicle. There's one in my purse. It's literally just like normal now.
Well, I don't want to keep giving Corona all the screen time or audio time.
Fuck him.
Fuck that guy.
Fuck that guy.
Another piece of fun information, sports related, obviously, because that's what we do here. So we're going to have a geriatric boxing match.
Oh yeah.
This is a lot of fun. I'm still not sure how I feel about it, other than it's going to be funny to watch. Like, it's one of those things where you can't take it's like a train wreck. Like, you see it and you're like, but I can't turn away type of thing. So, Tyson and,
Roy Jones Jr., baby.
Roy Jones Jr., that's right. I keep thinking it's Floyd. I don't know why. Yeah. Roy Jones Jr., Mike Tyson. Tyson coming out of retirement, still has got that tattoo on his face.
Eat your children.
Yeah, he's still just jacked. I still wouldn't want to take a punch from this man. I've seen him talk to other boxers. There's videos out there lately of him. He's still fast as shit.
Yeah,
like,
he looks amazing.
Yeah, dude, just fucking jacked. It's going to be hilarious to watch. I'm excited. I know Danny is.
Oh, yeah. I watch every fight. I even watched the KSI Logan Paul fight, embarrassingly enough, that is to say.
You love that YouTube shit.
Bro, it's just, I just, you know, I just like to watch fights, and I know that one wasn't going to be very technical. At least this one will have, at least a shadow of what the techniques used to look like. At least two guys that have been in there, two legends actually, and I was a big Roy Jones Jr. fan, especially during that era where the Fight Night games were coming out during the PlayStation 2. I was all about that era. And I think it's going to be fun. The only thing I see here is the weight. Obviously, Mike Tyson being a heavyweight and Jones Jr. being a middleweight, I believe. I just don't see punch for punch. I don't see it going Jones's way. But again, bro, you never know. This is what's fun about this fight. And the whole night, from what I understand, is going to be a night of exhibition fights. Like the undercard is going to be Logan Paul's brother Jake Paul. He's actually boxing an NBA player. I'm sorry, an NBA. Yeah.
What?
Yeah. Look into it. There, I had
Dude,
to.
what the fuck?
Yeah, Jake.
The Paul brothers literally just do whatever they want, whenever they want, and it works out. I mean,
They're both assholes, though. Both of them are such assholes.
Nate Robinson, NBA guard Nate Robinson.
The little midget guy?
Yeah, Nate Robinson is going to fight. Yeah, Jake Paul wouldn't pick on no goddamn LeBron James. But anyway, he's fighting.
What the fuck?
Yeah, so
come on. I didn't even know this.
It's going to be, no, it's legit. It's going to be the undercard of the Tyson Jones fight. You're going to have Jake Paul against Robinson. I'm telling you, it's a night of fuckery, dude. Like, this is not even about boxing anymore. It's about whoever wants to put gloves in. You used to box? Don't care about boxing? Fuck it. Put gloves on your boxing.
They're doing that so much lately. Like, remember, what was that fucking show on MTV, the Claymation?
Celebrity Deathmatch.
Celebrity Deathmatch.
You just hit nostalgia, son.
That shit. That's what it's gonna turn out to be.
I want a good, clean fight. Mills Lane.
Like, I swear that's what it's turning into, and I swear that's what they get the ideas from. Like, yeah, I watched the KSI Logan Paul fight. I watched his first fight against Joe Weller.
Oh gosh.
And because I like KSI, I like the Sidemen. I like all that kind of YouTube fuckery. I'll take Danny's word, gaming channels and things like that. And those kids are brilliant. You're talking about 7 dudes that live in one house. They all drive Lambos. They're all rich, all from just making FIFA videos back in the day. And now they just hit it big and they have a good mind for it. So now why not cash in?
Yeah. And all these boxing fights and all this
crap.
Yeah,
that's what I mean. Like, why not cash in? And yeah, I mean, it's going to be interesting to see. Like, Danny said, I don't think weight class matters at this point since they're both older. I don't think Tyson is a quote unquote heavyweight anymore, although he looks like he is. I mean, he's jacked.
Have you seen his legs, bro?
Yeah, dude. But I just don't think, being older, like, I understand in his prime, yeah, he was a heavyweight. He would have never fought Roy Jones Jr., but now I don't think it matters.
It does, man.
How old are they? They're in their 50s.
I know. I would say,
it's like watching a fight at the grocery store over the last bag of chips.
Yeah.
Old men.
This is okay. So Mike is 54.
Yeah, exactly.
Let me see real quick. Roy Jones Jr. age is at 51, so they're evenly matched in the age. And the fight's going to look like the one from Family Guy where Herbert, the pervert, he fights that other military retired guy. I'm going to fight you, son of a bitch. Stewie.
Dude, I think it's funny.
I think your ass.
I think it's one of those things where obviously they're bored. They need something to do. And I think they're good friends, honestly.
Yeah.
And they're just like, let's get in the ring and box and make some money.
Yeah,
it's got to be it.
51 and 54. Get your fat ass over here.
Yeah, I don't think that either one of them are fat, but I don't think there's an ounce of fat on either one of their bodies.
You want to do a boxing match?
But yeah, I mean, it should be fun to watch. There's a lot to be had.
Yeah, no, for sure. It's going to be a fun event, and I don't know how much they're going to charge for this. I don't know the exact pricing, but if it's
free for me.
No, man, for I think they're going to charge normal boxing prices. And if that's the case, this event might be like $80 to $90, depending on how they want to.
Yeah.
I'm serious. And boxing's always been the most expensive. UFC is still at 65. When I first started watching UFC, it was like $40 an event. Now it's like 65. And if you don't have Fight Pass, if you don't have ESPN Plus, it is like another $15-$20 on top of
You know how much I pay for them?
How much?
0. Nothing.
Say that now until the FBI knocks your freaking door down.
If the FBI is coming to my house because of my illegal cable, then they really are bored.
If they do, keep them there because I would like to meet a couple of them.
Why?
Another proposal in the mix.
There we go. She's gonna have a bartender, an
got a
FBI
ring.
agent. Jesus Christ,
Bro.
Hey.
Brooke, you need
The-
to slow down.
The thirst.
God.
The thirst is real. Oh, man.
We're in a heat wave.
Jesus Christ. All right. Well, this is taking a turn for the worst.
How's
and-
Michigan? How's Michigan?
Here's a good segue.
Hot.
Oh, I bet.
And dry, I bet.
Moving on to a pretty prominent, and this is probably the worst segue ever. I really don't care. Pretty prominent local, obviously, huge fan of Notre Dame, unfortunately, yesterday. Regis Philbin passed away. That kind of sucks. I mean, I grew up watching him. I remember my grandmother watching him and Kathy Lee all the time. Huge Notre Dame guy, so shout out to Regis, RIP.
You know what I just thought of? You know what? On the top of
The shitty segue between Brooke being hot and heavy and Regis dying.
also the fact that on his will it probably says "Who wants to be a millionaire."
If he didn't, that would be a catastrophe.
waste of all of our time. That's what that would be.
Oh, man.
His will has to say "Who wants to be a millionaire." That's how it has to start. I'm
Leave
sorry.
it to us to make light of a person dying.
Rest in peace. No, right. Rest in peace, Regis. I loved Who Wants to Be a Millionaire. I grew up on that shit. Rest in peace. I just think that the joke could not have gone.
He was great at
Insane.
throwing shade on that show too. Like
Yeah.
whenever someone gave the wrong answer, like he'd look at you. You sure? You sure? That's the answer you want to give. How many hints do you need to change your fucking answer?
No, and you'd be sitting on the right answer. He's trying to get you off of it.
Yeah. Like he's keeping the money at the end of the day.
Yeah,
Like,
it's all for his
I'm
will.
taking it. Yeah, man.
Let's play.
Yeah, well, but R.I.P. Regis, Notre Dame guy. So we're here at, in South Bend. So, mourning you today, and I'm sure Notre Dame is. I'm sure the candles are lit. So all
Yeah,
good.
Shout out.
Shout out to Regis.
Fun fact, I actually rode a golf cart when I used to work for Notre Dame. I used to drive all the rich folks in their golf cart. And I saw Regis was in the golf cart in front of me. Fun fact.
Did you give him a love tap?
Nope.
Oh.
No.
Should have.
Yep. No, I wasn't allowed to address them because they told me to stay away from Regis.
Like, Danny, do not
Yes.
Yeah.
make any
No
noise. Don't make eye contact. Don't
No
talk
touch.
to anyone.
Yeah.
Don't even breathe in their direction.
Of
That's
all
exactly right.
people, keep this Cuban kid away from Regis.
Regis.
But yeah, I
Rest in peace.
mean that sucks. Yeah, rest in peace. On to a couple other things. So funny story. This week, it looks like Game On has gained a mascot.
What?
So Danny was recording in the studio, aka my house. And it started to pour as he was going to leave. And we go to walk outside, and I always walk him to the door because I'm a gentleman. And there's, I don't even know how to say it. There is just a mound of gold outside waiting for us in a giant ginger person. God damn it. I can't stop laughing about it. So we met someone called the Ginger Kid. It happens to be one of my neighbors, which is fucking terrible. But you know what? Awesome kid. He's out there like a pro, like trying, like probably LeBron James was gonna play basketball in the rain because he needed to get better when he was younger. This kid is using his scooter to the best of his ability in the rain, grinding puddles like it was nobody's business. Like he was Tony Hawk in the fucking X Games.
Kid's built like a truck too,
dude.
Like,
And
he's
I guarantee
12,
you
13.
he'll knock you the fuck out if you say anything. The Ginger Kid, we got to try to get him on the show, but I'll tell you, this was fantastic to watch. And mind you, it wasn't like a light rain. This was like Florida fat rain. Like 3 seconds in this rain, and you were just completely soaked. And I sent Danny out because I wasn't leaving my house, and I said, "Go get video of this child." And he did. And it was on our social media, on our Twitter, on our Instagram. Again, don't forget Twitter @GameOnEveryone, Instagram Game On Sports Podcast. like, subscribe, do whatever the fuck you can. I'm telling you, this kid is gold, pure gold.
Oh, we got him to say, and here's the thing. So we were out there, sorry to interrupt, but man, I got so excited. So I went out there, I sat in the car, I videotaped his moves. He was like grinding, like I said, he was grinding on the puddles. And by the way, fun fact, he busted his ass as I was leaving, but I didn't record that because
only positive.
Yeah, only positive.
Only positive.
Yeah, this kid is invincible. Anyway, I got him to shout out the podcast, dude. He's wearing a shirt that says Geek Squad on it.
He's wearing the Geek Squad shirt, which is just the cake topper on all of this. It can't get any better. When you thought it couldn't get any better, and you get a close up of this kid, it gets better.
It gets better.
And he was there. All full disclosure, he knew we were recording him, so don't think we're going around recording children. He's damn near 30 because he's probably 13, but goddamn, he's bigger than me,
dude. Yeah, no.
So, game on. Yeah, he was out there. Kid was doing his thing. Shout out to the ginger kid. We'll get him on eventually with his parents' permission, obviously, to come down and say a few words in the studio. No, we're not doing that voice ever. Nope. We're not doing, what's his name? Herb the Pervert?
Let's do it.
What's his name?
Herbert the Pervert?
Herbert the Pervert.
Some
yeah.
shit like that.
I haven't watched Family Guy in years.
Bro, that shit's awesome.
But yeah, so we now have a mascot. Kid's a gem. I'm giving him a shirt. When I see him, I'm running out there and giving him a shirt. Like my son plays with his sisters.
Oh, okay.
I know exactly who his family is. I know them. I've helped them out before. They've helped us out on a couple of occasions as far as digging me out of the snow. Yeah, I got stuck in the snow here once. I fucking hate Indiana.
Dude. I you know what's asshole of me is that I fucking forgot his name. I even asked him for his name. Like, yo, what's your name?
There's no name you needed.
The ginger kid.
The ginger kid. And I mean that in the most polite, non-discriminatory way towards gingers ever.
Don't worry, Donnie. Nobody cares about gingers.
Damn. There goes the Twitter sphere.
Nobody cares about him, man. What I'm trying to say is you can call him a ginger. I don't think anybody's going to be offended.
I think Brooke is offended.
Only slightly.
Oh,
she hasn't said anything.
The next closest thing to ginger is Amish.
I was waiting for us to get shit on by Brooke.
Yeah, seriously. This whole time. There it is.
You said the word Amish. But this is what happens when you live in a place
that is Amish.
Yeah. Brooke, come on now.
It has nothing to do with where I live.
Yes, it does. Okay, how often do you go outside and see horses? On carriages.
Literally in her backyard, and she said that to me.
Okay.
Carriages.
He's not Amish. They're just horses.
No, yeah, I know, but I'm saying, like, how often?
He's 50% there.
I had a carriage, and you're good. Although we'll say those rise and roll.
Since I stopped working where you two work, I almost never see a horse and buggy. Thank you very much.
Tell me about what your warehouses look like where you work. Tell me about the Super Bowl haircut you see every day.
I don't see that every day.
You must lock yourself in the office to avoid it because that's the only way.
Dude, not for nothing, Jay works in her office.
Who's Jay?
No, when I go out to my warehouses, like everyone's gone.
Bro, listen. I went one time. I did a tour. By the way, for those of you listening, we can't disclose where we work for the sake and safety of the podcast, but just know that we work somewhere where they build its manufacturing, and it just so happens to be in an area in the United States where there's a big Amish community, and you can see all these dudes when you go there, and they all look the same. They all got the same Super Bowl haircut. The only difference is if married, facial hair. If not, no facial. Wait, how does it work?
That's the thing. That's the requisite. The prereq?
Like no, they aren't allowed to start growing a beard until they're married.
Right. If they're married, they can grow a beard. But if you see them without a beard, there, it's a proposal waiting to happen, right, Brooke?
So what happens? Well, now I have a question. Now we're getting Amish educated here. What happens if you're one of those guys that just can't grow a beard and you're married? Are you considered like a real piece of shit? Like, is that what happens?
No, you just work with what you got.
He obviously ain't got shit because he can't grow a beard. But I bet you he can build like a motherfucker, or he bakes with the women. I don't know. I don't know.
Like, literally, they can build like a freaking house in like 2 weeks.
You know what I'm not bothered by at all? The fact that I'm not worried of what the Amish people are going to think because they can't even fucking listen to this. So I don't care.
You would be surprised. All of
if they do, I'm telling on them.
Like the the stuff that actually goes down. Like literally they have like it's like drug deals but for cell phones, and they have secret parties, and there's like the Amish mafia, and
That shit
it's
ain't
the whole
real.
thing.
Dude, the Amish mafia, you get shot at with water guns.
Well, yo, but it's fucking horse piss. It's not. It's got to be some sort of lethal.
It's water from the well.
Oh god, yeah, it's lethal. It's fucking sewage water. Oh, gross. Yeah, I don't know how we became an Amish podcast for everyone, but
Amish hating podcast.
but yeah, Brooke lives literally. I'm gonna say, and so I'm gonna get yelled at. She lives in the sticks.
I do not live in the
I'm
sticks.
shocked that you can hear her right now.
Yeah, but hey, but it took 2 weeks to build those sticks. Okay.
2 weeks.
So
Yeah.
she just said they build houses in 2 weeks, so sticks 2 weeks.
Dude, I've seen them like do barns and shit. It's fucking impressive. And then the women just make good shit, like
Dude,
food wise.
those those rise and roll donuts, man.
Went to Rise and Roll yesterday with Sammy.
Those are no joke, bro. That's the only reason I can't fully blownly make fun of the Amish right now. The donuts.
That's it.
I mean, bro, listen, it's a
The
big
fact that they
fucking deal.
can't hear this doesn't stop.
The fuck they can't hear
They
this.
can hear this. They're
Oh
not
my God.
allowed. And if they do, I'm telling on. I said it. I'll fucking write them up.
Not actually. So if they're on Rumspringa, they can do literally whatever they want.
For how long is that?
They go on Rumspringa when they turn 16, and then it ends basically when they either decide to be fully indoctrinated into the community,
When they
like
go to
into
a
the
strip
church,
club.
or if they decide to completely jerk over and be English instead of Amish.
You want to know what's funny? Brooke, you literally said, I don't live in Amish country, but you know more
yeah,
than
you
the
just
average Joe about
That's
Amish.
hey, I have a legitimate reason for that though. My great grandma used to be Amish, and she jerked over.
Rumspringa God.
Yeah, but that's
it.
still a lot of knowledge to have. Like how often? Okay, look, here's the thing. My grandma, I didn't get that many conversations with because by the time I was 15, that's it. Like by the time I was growing up enough to talk with her, unfortunately she passed. You got all this information from your great grandma. I highly fucking doubt it.
No, I got it from my grandpa.
You live in
because
Amish
my
country.
grandpa grew up speaking Dutch with all of his siblings, and so I just started asking questions because I'm, me, and I'm nosy, and I want to know everything.
So you harassed great granny.
Yeah, what the fuck is wrong?
No,
Let the
I
lady
could literally
live.
I actually can just call my grandpa and ask him like any questions.
And then
like
when he sees her name on the caller ID, he's just like, God damn it.
More like he's like, oh my word, I'm so glad that she's calling me. I missed her so much. She's my favorite granddaughter.
Said no one ever.
Bro, yeah. And on top
Said
of that,
all my grandparents always.
what's Amish grandpa doing with a phone ID, huh? With a caller
He's
ID?
not Amish.
Not anymore.
Oh.
Yeah, I told you they get that Rumspringa. They find the strip club and they switch right over.
And then they can listen to the podcast.
Well, and at that point they're not Amish.
No,
So
my whole family jerked over from my great grandma down. My grandpa was like 2 when they did it.
You gotta stop saying jerked over.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
You
and
gotta stop.
why is jerked over a thing? That's what I'd like to know. Why is it? What do they call it?
That's
Jerked over?
the non-politically correct
Because
term for it.
at one point you're gonna slip up and say jerked off, and that's gonna be the end of the show. Like I just said.
I almost became Amish, but I jacked over. Jacked over.
Can't do it. Brooke, yeah, what's funny? So now I know what it's like because we're nowhere near Brooke, but I can hear her eye roll as we were just having that conversation. Like I can literally hear it.
There, eye roll.
At least I'm consistent.
It's either eye rolling or someone jerking off over something.
Jesus. At least she's consistent, she said. At least that's what I heard.
Oh boy, that was funny.
No, yeah. Well,
10-minute segment on Amish country.
Well, I mean, I think after the Amish conversation, and now we've just created a whole other podcast, we're going to head out.
Yeah.
Again, we will see you guys again on Friday. We will talk with you guys again. Also, don't forget, follow, get us going on our social medias. Twitter at Game On Everyone, Instagram at Game On Sports Podcast. I mean,
You come on down, guys. Get to know the Amish kid. I mean, sorry, the ginger kid. Sorry, Brooke's the Amish kid. No, I'm kidding. Brooke, hello?
Uh-huh.
Okay, good. Hi. No, come check us out. Game On Sports Podcast on Instagram. The Ginger Kids the Chronicles are on there.
Oh, there will be. There's going to be more.
The Ginger Kid Chronicles.
That's it. We got it now.
Dude, it's amazing. It's a damn good time. I'm DannyMiami, by the way, guys. Come check out my Instagram. It's at DannyMiami _305. Because of course I'm from Miami.
And then Brooks social media is I am not Amish at Twitter.
You know what? Keep it up, because keep in mind that I have shit on both of you.
Bro, we're on air for a reason. Let's go.
She does. She has a lot of shit on me. She met my
yeah.
She's got a lot of shit on me.
Mm-hmm.
She knows my family. It's not good. I should stop. But you know what, though? I won't.
His uncle, I'm his favorite.
Oh,
no.
Every Amish girl's every uncle's favorite.
Oh, Danny, you want to keep going too?
No. Hey, listen. I thought we were wrapping this up, bro.
No, man. Danny's real name's Elian Gonzalez. Everybody, just so you know, he's still here.
I never fucking left. Oh, that's all up front. Don't listen to what you hear in the news.
Oh, when he was ripped from the arms of that lady at the door.
Jeez.
They just took him to McDonald's. Well, guys, again, thank you so much, Brooke. Thank you for hopping on the new Amish face of Game On. We'll be back with you on Friday for some more coverage on what's going on the rest of the week and some more bullshit news. So stay tuned. Have a good one. And also don't forget our YouTube channel is the full name, Game On, a sports podcast for everyone. Follow us there for our individual coverage of all sports. Check us out. And you guys have a good night.
Later. Thanks, Brooke.
Thanks, Brooke.
Peace.